Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thanks for joining us. It is Tuesday. It is April the 23rd. Happy St George's Day to everybody. Hope you're celebrating. And of course, a very happy birthday to Sarah, who's celebrating today. Celebrating today her big 4-0. Yes, the big 4-0. And we're celebrating with her, of course. No doubt you'll have seen it all over the socials. We're giving you the opportunity to celebrate by taking advantage of all the deals that we've got this week. Launches galore. Oh, yes, we've got another launch for you today. And if you buy any of the launches that we've got for you, if you pop one of Sarah's books into your cart or basket, we will give you 25% off. Not only that, but today, with it being Sarah's actual birthday, spend £10 or $10, you'll get a free gift thrown into your basket as well. Yeet. They didn't do it that time. When I do it, you're supposed to do it. Then when you do it, I do it. You didn't do it and I did it.
I've never seen that die before.
Have you not? That is the free gift today. If you buy anything over £10 or $10, that gets popped into your basket for free.
Eat.
Yep. And we're very, very excited today. I'm excited for many reasons, actually. Many reasons. One of the main reasons, though, is we've got the brand new launch, the Taking Flight collection, which I know he's very excited about. I'm hugely excited about because I love the die set, and one of the sets in here is, I think, my favourite die of all time ever in the world. It might be the Bumblebee. But listen, if you want the Showstopper, I'll take you all through that in just a few moments' time. But the other person, the other side of the studio, who's as excited as me about this launch today, is the one and only, my crafty bestie. He's back. Please welcome, all the way from Carnoustie in Scotland, looking very dapper. He's out dappering me these days, isn't he? It's the one and only Horty Scotty. Craig Laird, how are you? I love your T-shirt, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of people have complimented me on the T-shirt today. It's the flamingos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got such an incredible launch here. How did I manage to bag this launch? I do not know, but do you know what? Jamie's going in for...
Whoa!
Hey!
Oh, your flamingos are standing on two legs.
Yeah.
They normally only stand on one leg,
just on the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just on that. I'm glad you didn't get the chest there, Jamie.
Ooh.
Glad you didn't get the chest, you know. Yeah, so how have I managed to get this launch? I do not know, but I am absolutely buzzing for this launch here. It is the Creative Cards, which I absolutely love and adore. Not only that, potentially, in my opinion, some of the most finest detailed dies in the Creative Card range that we have ever done. I mean, look at the Bumblebee. I mean, imagine making that just straight into your card, or of course, creating that infrastructure of bringing in your scoreboards if you want to, doing in your theatre cards, your diorama cards there, Ben. Of course, you can start to do things such as your shaker.
Love it.
What about your stained glass window effect?
Illusion film.
Yeah, well, that is coming today. That is coming. We're going to be using that within one of the demos just shortly. Maybe you want to ink up. We've got some of the Sunbeam, Moonbeam palettes on the show as well. I mean, look at this one. Kerry's made this one.
That is stunning, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Elegant.
Absolutely beautiful with the pastel tones that you've got. Let's see what else that we've got. What about your luxury card? What about your ombre glitter card stocks, your fold out cards that you've got? These are Creative Cards, so that means, Ben, that if you are new to these, that is going to cut into your card or cut out. We're going to do this exact style within the first demo, but we're going to be using the Bumblebee. What about bringing in things such as your ink pads? You can start to bring in your ink pads, your heat embossing. Here's the Bumblebee again. I mean, look at that. Isn't it absolutely incredible? I'm just going to show you a couple more because we've got absolutely loads and loads, and then I'll show you more throughout the show. Let's go back in. I mean, look at this one here. And I think this has got to, yes, this is a Bianca make.
Oh, that's incredible.
At that. Isn't it absolutely incredible? You're going to find that I'm going to be bringing in papers from that incredible Honeysuckle collection that launched yesterday with Ben and Leanne. But we're going to be bringing in some basic cardstock. We're going to be bringing in some of our ink pads. We're going to be bringing in some of our Sunbeam and Moonbeam palettes. We're just going to have some fun. I've got all my demos sorted and arranged, and we're ready to go.
We certainly are. Ready and raring to go. Let me say a few hellos and I'll take you through the deals because there is a bonus buy deal today as well as the Showstopper. We've got Becky with us on the socials today for this show, and already in is Lois saying good morning from Ohio. Hi also to Betty Gospel, who says, good morning from Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains. Polly Coe says, fabulous day to all from Blountstown, Florida. And Dawn LaValle says, good morning from New Hampshire.
Morning.
Hi to Tim C, who says, hi everyone from a beautiful Nottinghamshire. He doesn't say that at all. He says, hi everyone from a beautiful Nottinghamshire. Mary Beth Doyle says, hi everyone, joining from our family vacay. Where are you again, Mary Beth? Remind me. Hopefully somewhere nice. Babsy says, hello from a rainy Austria. I've placed my order already. Now I can enjoy the show during my lunch break. Hi to you, Babsy. Hi also to Christine Mahoney, who says, good morning / afternoon, everyone. Betsy Throot Black says, good morning from Houston, Texas. Hello. Hello also to Dawn LaValle, who says, oh my goodness, Craig, I watched WrestleMania a couple of weeks ago. Entertaining, it says here.
Wasn't it good?
It's great, wasn't it?
Wasn't it good? The best WrestleMania to date, and that's not just my opinion, that's a lot of people's opinion as well. We are well and truly in the Triple H, Paul Levesque era, that's for sure.
Dawn says, I got the Bee/Dragonfly die from HSN. It is beautiful. And Pat says, good morning, Ben, Craig, Super CTV staff, and all my crafting friends from a sunny and beautiful New Jersey. I will be on the road for several hours, so I'll have to catch the show tonight. The butterflies just came this week. They are big and beautiful. This is a set I won during Sarah's preview for HSN. Nice score, Pat. Let me show you what you're going to be getting in this set, take you all through it. So, all the dies are available individually should you want to go down that line. So maybe you did pick up a few off HSN and you want to complete your collection. If you want to go individually, you can. However, the Showstopper route is definitely the route to go on, and I will tell you for why as we go through them. You've seen all of the beautiful designs, I think, already with Craig in card form, but look, just to show you on the boards here, you can see these are big, these are beautiful. This is the Admiral Butterfly. However, producer Nicola will tell you it's very moth-like, so if you wanted like a moth on a project, maybe for like more of a Halloweeny sort of project, you could use that, a spooky project, because Halloween is coming again this year.
It says
31st of October.
Yeah.
Funny how they've put it on that date this year, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Hello. Lady Butterfly is your next. I mean, they're so big, so bold, so beautiful. And again, I know you'll take us on a bit of a journey, but aren't these brilliant for people perhaps who are just starting out in crafting as well? So easy to use for beginners as well, right?
100%. One pass through your Gemini with the inner die, and that's it, done. You don't need to do any more if you don't want to, but then you've got all that creative play.
Then you're going to get your Dragonfly as well. I mean, this one's called the Dainty Dragonfly. I would say I mean, that's not dainty, is it? It's big, it's bold, it's beautiful. It should be called the... I should have thought about this before I started the sentence.
What could it be?
The Big Dragonfly.
Yeah. The Daddy Dragonfly.
Yep, Daddy. The Daddy Dragonfly.
Yeah.
And then my favourite of all of these dies, and potentially my favourite die of all time, how stunning is that? And if you bought the Honeysuckle collection yesterday, there's another die that you'll be using with that set. I just absolutely love that. All of the detail. It looks so lifelike as well. It's absolutely stunning. Remember, you get the detailed die and the outer die with each of these, so you can cut them straight in, or of course you can have them as a panel if you want to do it that way. Now that's all of the brand new stuff. However, the Showstopper brings you loads of added extras. So for an extra £35 or $45, we are going to give you £67 or $93 worth of stuff. Yeah. So you were going to get one of our fantastic die brush tools with the sponge as well. Very handy for cleaning out your dies and getting all the bits and pieces out of your die cuts. As we've already talked about, and which we will see, I'm sure, over the course of the day today, these will work beautifully with your illusion film. So we are going to be giving you a roll of that. It is your coral. So this beautiful illusion film that you're going to get 4 meters of. That's included within the bundle. On top of that, we are going to give you your luxury gilding flicks in the cosmic. You get in there, outer space, blue moon, and your starlight, which may end up looking a little bit like this. Woo! You could do your bee in the gold and the black. I'm liking your thinking. A lot of people actually yesterday as well chatting about how you could use the black flocking powder from your Wild at Heart collection when it comes to the bee as well. So think about all those bits and pieces that you've got. But I've not finished yet, because on top of that, you are also going to get daubers, the ink daubers, the storage kit, 40 finger daubers plus the storage case, and we're going to give you some duet ink pads as well. So, not that funny. You're going to get the lemon meringue. You're also going to get, we've got a live studio audience today as well, vintage Merlot and the rosy apple. All of that is included, so it's a nice kind of stash builder for your craft room, and you should be paying, as I say, £67 or $93 for that, but it's actually only a further £35 or $45 within the bundle. Now, if you get the Showstopper, if you unlock the Showstopper, you're going to get the bonus buy. Stretch! And I can't believe, I know I said this last time we did a bonus buy, but I truly believe this is the best bonus buy we've ever done. For half price.
Is it going to be better than the next one we'll do in a couple of days?
I can't possibly say. It's currently the best one. For half price, you can then pop into your basket these shimmer watercolor palettes, both of those with the brushes. So that price on the screen, £55 or $65, half that is $27.50 or $32.50. Then take off your 20% because we know the majority of you are platinum. And that comes down to £44 or, no, it doesn't at all. £22 or $26. Yeah, I was right. £22 or $26 when you put that into your basket with your Showstopper. And you'll get your free gift as well. And you'll have the opportunity to get 25% off one of Sarah's books, should you desire. Let me say a few more hellos, and then we'll get headlong into this, because it is going to be a busy show, I am sure. Lots of love for the butterflies. Craig, says Margaret, welcome back. It seems like ages. Did you have to walk from Scotland to get to CC? Just kidding. Love my boys, says Margaret. You didn't walk here, did you?
No, I didn't walk. I didn't walk. No, so I was at Hobby Maker here in the UK last week. Well, I was there for quite a few days. I was there for 5 days. I didn't have 5 days of shows. I was there on the Tuesday, and I stayed down because the WWE, they've done their spring tour here in the UK, which, can I tell you, they've done 4 nights here in the UK, and every single one of them was sold out. I had an absolute blast in Birmingham, and then I was down at Hobby Maker once again the Friday and the Saturday. So I just stayed all the way there, and then back here this week.
Dawn says the intricate cutting, and you are just in awe when you see it. Becky says we have a statement butterfly. How about a statement dragonfly? I like that. Statement dragonfly is good rather than dainty. Prehistoric dragonfly, says Anne. Yeah, absolutely. Or Sharon says the daddy of all dragonflies. I like all of those, so we'll use those, not dainty. Right, let's get into it. Where's he going to start, though? Is he going to start with one of the butterflies, the dragonfly, or the bee?
The bee. We're going to start with the bee.
The bee.
Right. What I've got here, Ben, I've already got my card blank. Got it here, and it is 7 by 7. And as always, I put my little insert in there, blank insert, so that I can stamp or print out an insert as and when I know who I'm going to be giving it to. White cardstock, and I have cut my cardstock to 7 inches by 9, so that's 7 by 9. Let's go into our scoreboard here, and I'm going to go up to the lid side, and we're going to score at 1 inch, and then we're going to score at 2 inch. Now, if you have your large scoreboard, you're just going to continue that score at your 7 and the 8 inch, but if you want to make it easier, turn it around, do that once again. We're scoring at 1 inch, and then we're scoring at 2 inch. So we're going to fold that back, and then we're going to fold that back, do the same on the opposite side, fold it back, and then fold it back. So that's going to give us that shape that we can see above, and then what will happen is that will then sit nicely straight over the top that you can see above here. So now that I've got that done, let's bring in our Bumblebee. So let's go in with the sweet Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Now, using the die on its own is going to cut into your card.
Yeah.
Whatever size that you are using, it's going to cut into that. If you use the outer die, it's going to release it, and we'll do that just shortly as well. So let's take our low-tack tape here.
And these are a perfect fit for a 5 by 7, yes?
Absolutely perfect, yes. So if you love your 5 by 7 cards, these are a perfect fit for that. And of course, you can do your larger cards if you want to.
Craig, as well, at some point, I know you're not there yet, but Dawn says she has a bit of trouble using her die brush tool. Could you possibly show her how to use that?
I think we'll be able to do that in this one here.
Marvellous, thank you.
If all the bits come out, then we'll be able to do it throughout all the other demos within the show. But yeah, we shall go ahead with it. Now, because I'm using the large size piece of cardstock, I need my large plates. If you are just using that as a separate piece of cardstock, like we're going to do in a moment, then it will fit through your junior plates and also your MIDI. Now we're just going to feed that up, so not only is that then going to cut into your card, it's going to cut out all of those aperture pieces, but then all that fine detail as well within the actual wings of the butterfly, of the bumblebee, that's all going to release as well. So let's take that out the way.
Yep.
Let's then peel that. So we've got a little bit of die or die cut piece left in. So let's take our tool here. And I'll actually just very briefly as well explain the tool. Let's take all that out because we need to use that in a moment. So if you're using your die brush, all you're just going to do is you're going to take your foam mat and then you're just going to then roll and rub the brush over the top till they'll pop out.
Silly question. Well, it's not a silly question at all, actually. So you're obviously using it on your die cut piece. Can you use it on your die as well?
Of course you can,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So either or.
Just run that over and then all the little bits will then pop out. Now, a lot of people think you change that once the bristles fall out. The bristles won't fall, they might fall out, but that's not the sign to change it. What will happen, Ben, is if you're going over your die or your cardstock piece and it's not pushing the bits out, it just means that it's been used too much, and what happens is the ends of the bristles tuck in on themselves.
Okay.
So instead of them pointing out, what they're doing is they're curving in, so they can't push through the die cut piece. So don't think you have to wait till, or don't think that they're all going to fall out and that's the sign to replace it. It's not. Have a look. If you find it's not pushing them out, have a look, and if you see that they're curling in on themselves, that's the time then to replace the head. So that's what could be stopping you from getting all the little bits out. But yeah, and you don't even have to use the sponge mat if you don't want to. Sometimes, Ben, I just hold it in my hand and then just run it and roll it over the back, and then that releases all the little bits. We'll do that again in a moment. What I've got now is a piece of black cardstock, 4.5 inch by 6.5 inch. Now that one, what we've got is our card and pop our die over the top. So because of this size, because we are cutting straight into this piece, now of course you could, if you want, use the actual outer die as well, which is going to release it. Now I say this quite a lot, Ben. I very rarely use the outer die. If I'm cutting into a piece of card, I usually cut the card to the size I want and then die cut it. I very rarely use the outer die because I like to have my own sized frame. But you've got that die if you want to, but we're just going to do exactly what we've done a moment ago, and we're going to tape that in. We're going to bring our plates in once again, and because you've got a lot of detailed parts, I would use the full plate configuration, and that's your 2 cutting plates, your frosted, and also your magnetic sheet. And that's then going to cut them all. They will still work in any other branded die cutting machine. You're just going to have to check the plate configuration. But as that comes out, we're going to have a separate part. So if we move that out of the way, and this one, or this demo that I'm doing, Ben, we're going to be using it. Look at that, most of them are pretty much...
This will go through the MIDI then, won't it?
It will, depending on the size of cardstock you're using, So that won't, but that will.
Yes.
So if you're using a smaller piece of card, about, you know, the size of the MIDI, then of course that's going to work a treat. So let's take that in here. Now, on the back of our Bumblebee here, I'm going to take a piece of scrap cardstock and I'm going to go in with my dotty tape runner. Now, my preference at home when I've got the time is my tacky glue. Your dotty tape runner does an incredible job, and the only reason at home that I use my tacky glue is because it's personal preference. It just means that you need to spend that little bit of time going over all of the little bits and pieces with your tacky glue. So therefore, when it comes to our show, I'm going in with our dots here. So we're just going to work our way around, and then the dots is perfect for these dies because you've got lots and lots of intricate pieces. So let's take another one because that one's just running out. Let's
Have you heard about the new glue coming for birthday, Craig?
No.
Ben's tacky joke glue.
No, did someone post a picture or something?
Wanda Sexton did.
Yeah, Wanda.
It was so funny, wasn't it?
That was really good.
And she did Leanne's glue as well. Put Leanne on the glue bottle. Best in the world.
Really good idea.
Yeah.
I think that would work well, wouldn't it?
It did work out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be it then for birthday, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? All the glue.
I know.
Can you imagine a pack of foam pads with my face on them?
Yes, that would be the sort of trifecta. It would finish it off, wouldn't it?
It would,
Ben's
yeah.
tacky joke glue, Leanne's Collal all-purpose best in the world glue, and Craig's fantastic foam pads.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that would be, that's a really good idea, isn't it?
I love that
like that idea.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just doing my drop shadow here, so I'm just coming down to the right-hand side ever so slightly. I'm then just going to move these bits in so I've got them where I want.
Yep.
And we're just going to press that in.
How stunning is that already?
I'm going to turn that over. Now, if I bring that, now you'll really see the black here. Look at the black just popping out there, giving you that drop shadow. But we're not finished there.
No.
So let's take the scrap bit of cardstock once again, and let's go over the back again with our dots. So let's just make sure that's all nice and held into place here. We're going to go over here, and I'm going to take a piece of the most beautiful pattern vellum from Honeysuckle, and I've got it here, and I've chopped it down just a little bit smaller than 5x7. Or you could use the outer die that comes with this. So we're just going to make sure that we've got a really, really good application of tacky glue.
Do you know how, like, the bit where his the yellow's supposed to be of the Bumblebee looks quite sort of fluffy and fuzzy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'd quite want to put like a bit of felt in there.
You could, yeah.
You could do that, couldn't you?
Yeah, if you've got things such as flocking,
yes,
you could use things like that if you want to.
Yeah.
Anything like that you've got, you could do that. Any of like a powdered material that you can start to use if you want to. If you've got some things like your puffy, I think it's not like a puffy liquid, but it's like a mousse, a puffy expanded mousse.
Oh yeah.
Comes in like a little glue, like our
like puffy, like the snow.
comes in like a little bottle. Like, do you know our snow that we're done
at
Christmas time? The white snow expanded.
Yeah.
It's like that, but you get coloured ones.
Could you use our puffy snow if you had that and colour that in with your alcohol markers?
Don't see why not. Don't see why not. Once you've let it dry solid, then you could give that a shot.
Oh,
Look at that.
Beautiful.
So we've got the drop shadow with the black all the way around. So what we're going to do is let's fold that back, let's fold that back. And then I've already taken a piece of black cardstock, 5x7, and then what I've done, Ben, is I've used the outer die that came with it. So the card was 5x7, and then I've just cut my die in the middle to create that framework. So that's going to be the perfect frame for the outer edge. So I've got some wiggle room. I am going to use my tacky glue for this one.
Okay.
So I'm just going to work my way round. So if I finish that round, it just means that when I come to apply this, because it's very, very thin and flimsy, if you use a dry adhesive, it could stick and can be a little bit pernickety to get into place. So I'm going to then align that one in, and it frames our image. Let me just flatten that, and then we're going to hold that in. We're going to move that, manipulate that. This could be some of our linen card from the Honeysuckle. That would look lovely.
Would.
But you know what I'm like with black? I love black, and with it being the Bumblebee, I think that just works a treat. So then we're going to go back in with our die. So let me take that bit out here, and let me take that bit out here. Take all this excess. Tracy will be happy that I'm back. And then I've gone in with some yellow linen card.
Okay.
Now, this is from the Delightful Daisies. You do get like an orange tinge within the Honeysuckle, but I just felt it was a little bit too orangey for the Bumblebee. So I've got a little strip, and all that I'm wanting is to cut the actual body of the Bumblebee.
Yep.
So we're going to use our full plate configuration, and we're going to run that through, because all that I want is I want those little parts of the body of the Bumblebee, because we're going to paper piece that back in. Now that could be glitter card, that could be Centura Pearl, mirror card, it could be luxury card, whatever you want. So all that we need to make sure is the bits that I want are still in here. So let's pop that out, that out, that out, and then that out, which is all of them, so I don't need them. And then we're going to go in with our tacky glue here. So I'm going to go onto my vellum, but what I'm also doing is where you've got that lip of the black cardstock, I'm also just adding a little bit of tacky glue onto that. And then that's just going to ensure that it is going to be held in place, because you've got a bit of a dip. The vellum is quite sunk down compared to your black and your white card.
Yeah.
So if we press that in, and then we're going to then add that on.
That looks a very satisfying paper piece.
It's very, very... Come and do it. Come and do these last two bits.
Yes.
2 bits to go. You can do them. Yes. You can do these ones. Yes. I've already popped the glue in, and you'll see exactly how satisfying it is just to pop that in. It does look like that, doesn't it?
What you gonna do, brother? Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry. Head, Ben. Yeah. Ooh. Why has everyone gone quiet?
Because we're watching the expert at work.
Really cold fingers. Put it over this way a bit. Oh no. Oh, have I done that?
Don't worry. Remember, your tacky glue dries clear as well, so.
I'll get down. Oh dear. That's terrible.
It's all right.
Poke it. I've got really cold hands.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you are.
Yeah.
That's it. Paper pieced them back in. So this now it's got all that depth when it comes to the wings. You've got the drop shadow.
What are you going to do there?
And then we've gone in. So we're going to leave that as it is. We're not going to do anything into these little crackled wings. But what we are going to do is I'm going to take some strips. So these are from the Honeysuckle 12 by 12. Yeah. And I've cut that to, I want to say 7 inch. It's 6 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And I've done that 4 times. And then the actual hexagons, the tiny little hexagons, are from that die there. So just die cut that die in white card. And then I've popped 3 hexagons at one corner.
Yeah.
And what I have also done is I've just made sure, and I know it's not exactly, you know, fully apparent, but I've made sure that my paper runs in that direction, so it is that continuous design.
Okay.
You don't have to do it. It's not exactly.
Those little touches that add that sort of level of quality, though, isn't
it? Exactly. And the vellum that I used was the same pattern that I used from the 12 by 12. I'm just going to put my tape into here and then add that on there. And then we can bring in our card blank. So on this left-hand side, let's add our tape. I'm going to use red liner tape for this one.
Looks pretty good on the reverse as well.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's very arty on the reverse.
Yeah, it's giving it kind of that hazy look, isn't it?
Yeah.
That haze look that you've got. So that could work. You could have a play with that as well, the way that it looks, style it out. But I'm just going to add tape. This could be your tacky glue, this could be your double-sided tape runners if you want.
Yeah.
But we're going to take that off. And I'm only going to do one side first.
Okay.
And that's because, so if we come in here and we're going to go right up to the edge there and press that in. Now we are going to do this one, but once we stick that in, you can see just white there, which looks all right. I just want to break it up. So let's just do a little matting layer that I've got here. So I'm just going to add my tape. And I always find it easier to add this layer in first before I stick the second panel. So let's take these off. That can go into the middle. So let's bring that in. And then I know that it's just giving me
perfect.
a few little matting layer. So take this off now. So I'm going to take that one and then that one. Let's twist that around. I'm going to add that to the side there and then there. Press that in, and then to finish off, so we've got the front, you've got a little bit of detail in there. It could be pattern paper if you want. I've got my insert.
Nice.
But then to finish off, from the Sweet Bee Honey Stamp and Die, I've not used the honey die, I've just used Be Kind to Yourself,
Yeah.
Be Awesome. So we're going to go Be Kind to Yourself to the top. I've just added foam pads there. And again, I've used that same die, but within black cardstock. That we can go to the side here. And then this one, take that one off.
Love it.
And then notice I've given myself a black matting layer all the way around, but not the right-hand side, because it just ties it in.
Nice.
And same with that one, I've not given myself a layer on the left-hand side. Press that in, hold that in, and then there we go. Does still fold flat to 7x7. You might want to make a little bit of a thick envelope or a box, but then we've got our 7x7 card, your diorama card, theatre card, well, it's not a theatre card, but you've got your diorama card that you can see here with the honeysuckle, but drop shadow, paper piecing, and some of the vellum with the sentiment just to finish off.
Dawn says, beautiful card and not as hard as I thought. And I think that's the point again, isn't it? The fact that you can sit and watch these shows, pick up all the inspiration and, yeah, tackle these projects that initially you think, my goodness, how on earth do I make that? And you follow it step by step and you're like, oh, okay, that's achievable, very achievable. Dawn also says, what a cool idea to puzzle piece it in. Beautiful card, Craig, says Robin Prunty. And Karen Miller says, wow, the bee looks amazing. Hi also to Shadiah, who says, good morning, Lord Ben and Craigle Bagel.
Good morning.
Late for the show. I was polishing the banisters on the stairs. But that job has its ups and downs.
Aye.
Because Lynn Morton says, good afternoon, Ben, Craig and CTV community and all the CTV crew from Newcastle. Hi, Kirsty D, who says good afternoon. Just got home, yay. Unfortunately, I haven't actually finished work and I have to do some at home. Boo. Boo.
At least you're at home.
At least you are at home, yeah. Work from home, eh? Work from home. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Imagine Nicola directing from our bedroom.
Well, I reckon with the technology now, you could be in your craft room, right? I could just be at home in my spare room. Jamie says technically he could do it from his phone, and Nicola could we could just be listening to her on the phone through headphones.
Or we could just do it IA, couldn't we?
AI.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing that. Hey? What? Hey? AI? Hey? IA. Don't forget Debbie on the chunky glue says, oh yes, Debbie on the chunky glue, Clegg on the foam pads, me on the tacky, Leanne on the collal. And sticks to anything on YouTube say, be beautiful.
Sticks is that Ruth. Just threw in, just offskirts in Newcastle, Sticks to. Absolutely love their stuff. As you guys know that already.
You guys.
Mate, there's an idea,
What's that?
Maybe Ruth will stick my picture on Sticks 2's foam pads.
Ah, yeah.
There you go.
And Carol Willis says, I wish there was a ladybug in this collection. Maybe in the next collection, Take Flight 2, The Revenge. It always is, isn't it, though? Like the second one is always The Revenge, just when you thought it was safe to take flight. Yeah, ladybird would be nice, actually. Don't see many ladybirds in crafts, do you?
No.
Not really.
Because obviously, we say ladybird, Americans say ladybug.
Ladybug?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Ladybug, ladybug. Ladybug? Ladybug, ladybird. Anyway. Beautiful card, Craig, says Kathy. A very handsome card. Thank you, says Lois. And beautiful, Craig, says Christine, as does Evelyn Kiefer. Lovely, lovely collection, proving very popular we're going to give you an opportunity now to get your carts and your baskets checked out. Remember, if you go for the Showstopper, I'll take you all through it again in a few moments' time, but Showstopper is all the brand new dies, plus all of the goodies. An extra £35 or $45 gets you the bundle worth £67 or $93. It's got the die brush tool, the daubers, the gilding flakes, duet ink pads in there as well, and of course you unlock the door to get your half-price watercolor shimmer palettes as well. So lots to love and lots to get checked out. We'll meet you back here in about 3 or 4 minutes time after we find out more about the legend that is Tracy.
Come in, check my emails, then lay the shows out in the studio, set pack shots up. Then I will get new polls, pick shows, solve any problems that need solving. We deal with other teams where we receive marketing suites, we receive boards. We pick samples to send to Hobby Maker. We pick samples to send to QVC. We'll take the previous shows out of the studios, set the new shows up. We do floor manage occasionally, not all the time. Ensure with that the expert presenters have everything at hand that they need. Anything that they haven't got during shows, we will run about and get the products for them. Think on a morning when it's really quiet, I can get more done when there's nobody else in the building. Night owl. Morning. Coffee on a morning, tea the rest of the day. Savoury. Normally time. Craft a mobile phone. Christina's chicken wrap. Barry White, you're my first, my last, my thing. And make the tea.
My day-to-day life is pretty busy in work. I get in the door, I check my polls, I then check what I've got to demo, get everything ready, and it's just busy, busy, busy from there. I have a meeting with the producer, the director, we get then sorted shows, talk to the presenter, and it depends what side I'm on. I mean, sometimes I'm doing the presenting side, sometimes I'm doing the demonstration side, and I love both. It's actually to work with. That's, yeah, I can't say more than that other than body that works here. We are a big family. We're so super friendly. I love Ben. I love it when we work together. I don't mean that I don't love anyone else. It's the fact that Ben is the presenter and I'm demonstrating, and we just have this great rapport. Same with Craig, same with Deb, same with the whole team. So yeah, the best part of the day is just getting to work with the best people in the industry. Oh, a night out. In the morning. Oh, done. I only drink water. Oh, well, I'm cutting out sugar, so it's got to be savoury. Masterclass. Oh, I can't leave the house without my lipstick. Oh, I love a baked potato. I relax, so I drive home normally and I relax.
Crazy's been doing some dancing during the break there. He's been practicing his joining a boy band or something, I don't know. Hi to Emma Thrower, who says, I have both the butterflies in my basket. Good choice. You can pick and choose if you don't want to go for the full collection, or if you bought a couple or maybe one of these on HSN, you can do that. Laurie's in from Gilbert, Arizona. And Dawn Valley says, I love you all in the studio. Well, we love you too. You make me laugh out loud.
You make
with
me
your...
wanna.
Do it again. Go on. You're not shy. Go on. You make me wanna.
You make me wanna.
That's JLS, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, but you didn't know that a minute ago.
I did. You make me all laugh out loud with your British/Scottish humour. I love. Thank you. And I made up a dance for rapid fire in between songs, says Dawn. Show us, show us, show us. Send in a video. Was you going to send in a video? Can you send videos into the studio app? You can, okay. And Betty Gosser says, a collection with ladybugs would be fun, with ants and a picnic blanket. Okay, the picnic collection maybe? Yeah, that would work. Could have Yogi Bear in it as well, couldn't we? I'm smarter than the average bear, boo-boo. Do you want to quickly see the designs again? Are you doing another demo before the top of the hour? You are, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know why. I looked at the clock then and I thought it was like 6 minutes to, but it's not. It's 18 minutes to. Here's the Bumblebee. Saw a couple of bumblebees yesterday, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. I tell you, I got stung by a bee the other day.
Is this a joke?
Yeah. It is a joke. I got stung by a bee the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, £10 for a jar of honey. It's that one. It's that. Jamie, I say all my jokes all the time. Get used to it. It's all I've been doing for 4 years. So there's that. There it is, the beautiful butterfly. There's the daddy dragon. Not we're calling it that now, are we? No, what are we calling it? The statement dragonfly. I'm not being funny. Like if you have the illusion film already, you are definitely going to be illusion filming this. Are you going to be illusion filming something today?
Next.
Oh yes. What with this one?
No, but the butterfly.
Ah, okay. Which one?
That one.
This one?
Yep.
So the lady butterfly.
Yeah.
She is a lady. And also
Might be
you've
a
got
man.
the... What?
Don't be sexist. Might be a man.
She's called Lady Butterfly.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's actually called
Yeah.
that. I pay attention to my packaging, don't I?
Yikes. And then you've also got...
Hashtag ox.
Moth butterfly. No, this is called Admiral Butterfly. So maybe I don't know, more of a man, I don't know. Admiral. I suppose you can get Lady Admirals as well, can't you? So...
Yeah, be careful.
Anyway,
you don't want them starting in the groups again now.
I know. It's not a moth, it's a butterfly, for goodness sake. Right. All of those are in the bundle, and I'll just very quickly show you as well all the the goodies that you're going to get. So £67 or $93, no. £35 or $45, you get all of these goodies. So your dye brush tool with the sponge. Thank you, Dawn. I saw your comment saying thank you to Craig for showing you how to use that. And yes, don't throw away the sponge, which some people have done apparently in the past. That's to use with the dye brush tool. It's not obviously part of the packaging. You're also going to get in there your ink daubers as well. You've also got your big tubs of your gilding flakes, outer space, starlight, and also your blue moon in there too. So yes, use the gold and the black on your Bumblebee. That would look amazing. You've got your illusion film in there too. So we're giving you 4 meters of that beautiful illusion film in the coral, and then you're going to get 3 of our stunning duet ink pads as well. Rosy Apple, Vintage Merlot, and the Lemon Meringue. Once you've popped that Showstopper in your basket, lots of people going down the Showstopper route, you can then get your bonus buy of the Shimmer Watercolor palettes with the brushes for half that price that you're seeing on screen, £22 or £22 or $26, I think was the price if you're platinum and you get the Showstopper. Right. The dies look huge, says Stephanie. I mean, very big. They do look huge and big. And Sharon says, we love Ben's dad jokes. Keep them coming. More to come in just a moment, but let's get some more demos going with Craig and his butterfly and illusion film.
Yes, so they're 6.7 inches by 4.7 inches when you take into account both dies. Right, now we're going to do a box here. I've already done the base, which we'll show you just shortly. I've got my cardstock 7.5 inches by 9.5 inches. Now for this, because we're going to do the lid and decorate the lid, we're going to go up to the lid side and we're going to score it 1 inch all the way round. And then the only additional thing that you'll do at home, once again, take the same size piece of cardstock, score it 1 inch all the way round, but you're going to do it onto the box base side. So let's score all the way round. And as we've established, we're going to be bringing in the lady butterfly. So we're going to bring her in. So let's score. And then I'm going to just fold. So I'm not going to burnish them just yet. I'm just going to go in and just fold them with my finger so I can see visually where I need to pop my die. So we're going to bring just the die on its own because it cuts into your card without the outer die. So let's take my low tack tape and I'm just going to centralise that within the middle. That's going to be waste there and there, so therefore pop your low tack tape there. Our low tack tape is that, it's low tack, however, with the pressure of the Gemini, it can cut some of the fibres of your card, so therefore try and pop your tape into pieces which will be waste. And again, because it's really detailed, I'm going to be using the full plate configuration for this one, and I would do it with all the dies. If you're only using the outer die, just use the plate configuration without the magnetic shim, but when you're using the full die, certainly with the detailed die, I would use the actual the full plate configuration.
Yeah.
So let's take that one out here, and once again, most of it has all popped out to perfection here. Just a couple of bits here. Let's take that one out. And then what I've also done as well, Ben, is I've taken a piece of black cardstock and I've die cut the die in there. Now the actual size of it, the size of black cardstock, doesn't really matter because what we're going to do is we're going to chop that out just shortly.
Yeah.
So you just needed the butterfly. Let's take that out again, and then I'm just going to clear that out. And then I've gone in with the green card. So this green card comes in the Honeysuckle. So I'm using that one, and I have cut that to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And this is what I meant before, how I very rarely do I use the outer die. I cut the card to the size I want, and then I'll cut in. That gives me a nice large frame, whereas if I use that die with it, it gives me a smaller frame. So we're going to take that here. So let's go in, and then let's just tape that, place that down. Now, what I want to do is see that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit. I want to keep that, as well as the rest. I want to keep all them. So I'm going to run that one through. So let's run that one through. So we're going to do a little bit of paper piecing, and this is the one that we're going to be using, the illusion film that you get with it. So my iron's all heated up here underneath. So let's take this one out. So let's move that one out of the way here. So I just need to be, so that's that one, and I want to keep that one, I want to keep that one, I want to keep that one, and then that one.
That one.
And it'll all become apparent just shortly. So that's me got my black one cut, my little bits there, and then I've also got my lid here. So let's now take our illusion film. So we're going to bring in the illusion film. I'm going to, here we go. Here it is here. So I've taken a large bit. Now what I've done is I've made sure that when I fold that in on itself, let's move that one in, and then, you know, as close as we can get, half fold on itself. But once I've done that, I've wanted to make sure once it's been folded in half bend, it's big enough to fit the back there. So I'm just going to bring in my greaseproof paper. So let's open that one up, and then let's just uncurl that here and fold that in on itself. And let's bring in our iron.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in with my iron here, got
Always
it.
set to the hottest setting, yeah?
Yes, yes. Just got it in at the hottest setting, and then I'm just going to press, and then just going to roll over. The more you do it, the crinklier it'll get, which can look quite smart, but I'm wanting it relatively smooth, and that's me now got my illusion film. So that's it now ironed. Look at that.
Wow,
How
wait,
fab
look
is
at that. That
Isn't that
never
fab?
gets old, that, does it?
Never, never, ever, ever does that get old there. So let's go in now with our actual butterfly. So we're going to go over the back here. I'm going to go in with my piece of waste, and let's go in with our dots. So let's bring in my dots here. And then I'm just going to go around the outer edge. We're just working our way around the edge to start with. And then we're going to go into all the detail. So we're going to add all this detail on here. So let's take all of that. Let's then bring that in, making sure that we've got a good coverage of our dots. So I'm just wanting to make sure that even on all the wings, because we're using the illusion film, I want to make sure right to the edges I've got a good application of the dots. Let's move that, and then we're going to go in with the film. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to trim it slightly,
Yeah.
simply because we're also going to hide the workings of the illusion film. So let's just trim that so it's just a little bit bigger, which that is it. Let me move that in a little bit there. And then I'm going to press, so let's really press that in. Let's turn that around. However, that is just a little bit too illusionally filmed for me.
Too illusionally
Just
filmed.
illusionally little filmed for me. So those bits that we have cut out,
Ah, okay.
I'm going to go in with my tacky glue.
So you're just going to have the wings illusionally
So it's just going to be the wings that are going to be the illusion filmed. Now you could, if you want to, just pop your dots behind the butterfly and then fussy cut the remaining element waste of the film if you want. But I just found this was a lot easier. Plus, because I'm wanting to paper piece, it gives me somewhere to sit my card or my paper onto. So we're going to pop these in, and then we're just going to move that in so that we can pop all these little bits in. So let's move that in, into the corner, and then we're going to go
that bit? Ah,
into
okay.
there,
Yeah.
and then I think I've still got, it is one of these bits.
And as Dawn's just said, she says, I didn't have an iron, but I found out through Debbie Fisher, I can use my heat tool, and it works. That's
Yes,
good.
absolutely does.
Even though it's no, does the film shrink when you heat it?
No, it's not shrinkable film.
No.
No, it's not like, well, shrinkable
Shrink
film.
plastic, yeah.
No, shrink plastic, yeah. It's nothing like that, so no, it won't shrink. That was part of the wing, so I didn't need another bit. So if we can see now, we've got
That's
the
really
film
good.
starting to then just pop through.
Just that change there, like the wings have gone green now, but if you showed it on the overhead camera a minute ago, they were sort of yellowy orange or gold.
Yeah, you're right,
It's
yeah.
just incredible.
Really
Different
is
angles.
incredible, isn't it? Really is incredible. Now, this one that I cut here into the mint green, what I should have done was added the outer dye. So let's run it through. It's not too late, so I'm going to get that within the centre. I'm going to pop my tape in the middle because it's actually the outer frame that I want, not the actual butterfly. So we're going to run that one through. So run it. So we're using the dies together, we're using the butterfly die separate, we're using the outer die separate. So we're just using a lot of the components from this one die set in different ways.
Yeah.
So we're starting to layer, we're able to build as well, we're able to paper piece, but bringing in the illusion film that you get within the Showstopper. So take that out the way. Now that will then be the perfect size to fit all the way around just
Yeah.
there. So let's take, what I would do, and I'd done it with my original one, Ben, is I added that onto a little bit of black card and then cut in here.
Okay.
But I know that we are a way to go into the next hour. So I'm going to work my way around with my tacky glue. And same with the last demo. I'm using my tacky glue for this because you've got that flexible frame, which if you go in with a dry adhesive, sometimes it could be a little bit more temperamental. So I'm going to go in here. We're then going to come along with our butterfly here, and we're going to keep it really simple. And then we're just going to travel up along the outer edge. So we're not like trying to curve our way around or anything like that. We're not trying to match the shape of the butterfly. All that we want to do is we just want to then cut all the way around. I want to take away any of these little harsh edges. We're going to come back in with our dots again.
Yeah.
So we're now using the die cut as a separate component. So let's take that one out.
And Ouchie's got a question about illusion film.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many dots I'm going through today.
No, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Ouchie says, I'm watching, but I have a question. Can you use your die on the illusion film?
Yes, the illusion film came out with dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you die cut it just like you would any of your cardstock.
Yep.
Yep, no problem whatsoever. So if you had an outer die, then use the outer die to die cut, and it would look fab. So starting to look really nice, but let's do our drop shadow with the white to the back, and then lift. Look at that. How
is
fab
amazing.
is that? And then what you would do is, I've got these little strips here, Ben. I don't have time to actually construct the edges of the box. So if I put them in, actually, do you know what? I'm going to attempt to. Let's go in and cut our little angles.
Yep.
So if I add the angles, get all these. Now, usually what I would do, and I
You've got a cup
remember
of tea
showing you a
coming.
couple of weeks. Tracy, you
Thanks, Tracy.
absolute legend you are.
Superstar.
She's a superstar. Tracy, superstar.
Do you know how super you are?
She doesn't, and that's the thing.
No.
She doesn't realise how much of a rated R
The
superstar
rated R superstar.
that Tracy is. She really is. A legend. Legend.
A legend in her own lunchtime.
Let's take these. So if I'm going to take that one there, Ben, that one. If I do this one, and then I've stamped out a sentiment from Vintage Butterflies, and then our, you know, the die set of all the small butterflies, not the recent one.
Oh, the
all of these tiny little ones.
Yes. What was that? Was that
Not Vintage Butterfly, but
not the kaleidoscope, was it? No.
I can't remember what it was. But what I would then do is pop all of these travelling upwards,
Okay.
and then that, just adding a few petals at the side, and I've just decorated my box base. So you can see what I also done is I created a frame in black card,
Yeah.
which then hides the workings, so you don't see any of the workings. But you've got your illusion film, and then your box lid, which is then going to go onto your box base, like so, with the frames and the card, black card with some of your stamps, just to finish it off, and that's how you can use it with illusion film.
Absolutely perfect. Loads of lovely comments coming through, which we'll have a check of in just a second. But don't forget, you can pick up yours, whether you go for the Showstopper, the collection, or indeed if you just pick and choose the dies from the set. Welcome back. If you have just joined us, a warm welcome. It is the second hour of launch day, Tuesday here at Crafters TV. I mean, it's Tuesday everywhere, isn't it, to be fair? But yeah, welcome along to the show.
Not necessarily.
Eh?
Not necessarily.
That's a very good point. It's Wednesday in Australia now, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Anyway, welcome to the show. My name's Ben Mosby. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a great day and you are ready for another exciting hour of launch day. Lots going on. Let me tell you, if you have just joined us, it is, of course, Sarah's birthday today, so we're celebrating right throughout the week, as well as you will have seen, no doubt, on the posts all over social media. Two things to tell you about that. If you are buying the launch today, indeed, if you buy any of the launches right across the week, if you decide that you get the launch and you go, oh, quite fancy one of Sarah's books, you can pop one of their books into your cart and you can get 25% off. So there you go, choice of books there. Grab anything from this week's new launches and 25% off Sarah's books. Also, must mention something which is coming to play today to celebrate her actual birthday. Free gift! And there it is. The free gift is the beautiful Fantasy Butterfly from the Enchanted Dreams collection. So that automatically adds into your basket when you spend over £10, $10, 10 euros today, which will be very easy to do. And as we said, it's a really, really exciting week because we had the big launch yesterday of the Honeysuckle collection. That's still available. The Showstopper is still available. All of the added bits and pieces, everything is still available for you. And of course, today we launch the brand new Take Flight Creator Card dies as well, which you guys have absolutely loved too. Also worth bearing in mind as well that we have out on the socials right now a brand new booklet. The booklet is here. There we go. So you can take a look at all of the launches that you may well have missed this year. I believe they're all crammed into this booklet. So lots, I mean, just have a little bit of a flick through here. So things like the Cosmic Collection, you can see all of the bits and pieces there. You can catch up on the shows, watch your favourite presenters on doing those favourite shows.
Who's that?
Who is that guy there smiling away? There's the biggest launch of the year so far. The Enchanted Ocean, so you can go back, check out projects, see all of the goodies that we've still got in stock and pick those out. We've even popped very handily all of the item numbers that you need as well. I forgot all about these. Keep flicking, this is fun. Wax seal kit, of course. Was that early this year, was it? Wowee. Easel draw kit, again, that was a lot of fun, was very, very popular. Sold out, didn't it? And then sold out again. And then we got it back in again, so that's back in stock. I believe we've got that tonight on Beautiful Beginnings.
Do indeed.
And I don't know why I said it like that. The Layout Collection, as you know, is favourite and one of my favourite collections that we've ever done. If you're new to card making or if you're a little bit sort of lacklustre, the mojo's gone, that is a collection that you absolutely need to have. Again, look, all of the details there. You can catch up on the craft along with that as well. Loads of projects there actually. The Colour Bloom ink pads, which we launched very recently, so they're in the booklet as well. I mean, this is a big old booklet here, isn't it? Certainly a great reminder of how many pages? 96.
Front and back.
Front and back. You got the masks there as well. Those were hugely popular when we launched those with Sheena, probably what, 3 weeks ago now, something like that. But they're all there. So let this serve as a bit of a reminder for you on anything that you might have thought of the time you were going to get and then didn't get. Or indeed, if you haven't been with us for all of the shows, it is a great thing to check out online to pick up all of those deals. Loads of lovely comments coming through. Of course, we've had some fantastic projects already. Thank you, Kathy Lear, who says, hello, Ben and Craig and all my fellow crafters, companion friends. The collection is awesome. Absolutely beautiful. Shaddai says, now that colour of the illusion film, back to the original. I love it. How fascinating. Karen says, that project was beautiful. Gorgeous, says Christine. Amazing, says Mary Beth. Karen Wells Sorrell says, sure missed you two together. We've missed being together as well. We pine for each other when we're apart.
We do pine.
He bought me a T-shirt as well whilst we were apart. I'll show you it. It's just down it. I'm going to wear it in the second show.
I'm always thinking of you when I'm out spending my money.
You. Nicola says she's bought me something.
By the way, that's your birthday present.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that.
No, I'm joking.
Project Rock. Yeah, it's embroidered. And
Of course, it's only the best for my
and on
mate
the
Ben.
back, blood, sweat, respect. I'm going to wear that later.
Not, you know, it's nothing to do with product placement. If Project Rock and Dwayne The Rock Johnson is happened to be watching,
Oh, yeah.
Crafters TV.
He's a platinum member.
Is he platinum member?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he does love his poke tool as well, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
What's his favourite crafty item?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter what his favourite crafty item is. The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeet.
Rock-a-block. Oh, the Rock-a-block! Liam!
I was trying to think because I thought you're the way to say something there. Liam just said
I thought you
rock-a-block.
stopped because you knew I was going to do the whole, it doesn't matter. And then Liam's there at the door with the final line, the Rock-a-block. Ben, is it warm where you're located? Says Stephanie. Nice plaid shirt. Funnily enough, it isn't warm. I don't know why I wore this today because I'm always very cold. I think if you know, I've got what's it called, Raynaud's syndrome in my hands and feet, so I've got very bad circulation. So I decided in the cold studio to wear a short sleeve shirt, but I do have down here. I'm stood next to a radiator, so yeah, bit of a poor choice today. It's definitely jacket wear.
Yeah, and I'm warm.
Here's one with flamingos as well. We're going to quickly show you, before we just move on, really speedy look through this, because otherwise I'll be here for about 25 minutes. The Honeysuckle Showstopper collection. Everything here that we had yesterday, a huge amount of the stock has gone. If you want to jump in and grab this, you can still get it. It is still available for you. And the deal with this, slightly different. If you weren't here yesterday, we didn't do a bonus bundle on this, but what we've done is for an extra $14.99 or $19.95, what we've effectively done is put the bonus buy into the Showstopper bundle. So pick and choose, yes, if you're cherry picking, that's great. If you're going big, don't buy the collection on its own. I would never normally say that, but if you do, you're missing a trick if you buy that, because for an extra $14.99 or $19.95, you get a second 12x12 paper pad, you get a second vellum stack, and you get a second 6x6 paper pad too. So as I say, I'll quickly take you through this, and you can see this in much more detail from the shows yesterday, but your beautiful vellum you're going to be getting in these 6 designs. They all match up with the stunning papers that you're going to get in your 12x12 pad. Oh, this is the one that's not open. It's not open.
Do you want
It's all
to
right.
swap?
I'm doing it. I'm there. Anytime. Have you got one under there, have you?
Yeah.
It's fine. Done it. Don't worry. Don't run over. Don't run over. It's fine. Fine. Here's your beautiful paper pad. Do you know what? Didn't we learn yesterday something really interesting? Oh, you guys knew. Does Craig know? You know the 12x12 pads?
Yeah.
Leanne was saying yesterday how they are designed with intent. Do you know that they design the actual image in a very specific way?
No.
So like here, for example, neither did I. It's not attached. She was saying like basically they do it. So if you cut it into 4, you've got 4 completely different looks.
Oh, right, yeah, I knew that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I knew that.
I didn't know that.
No, I genuinely did know that, Nicola, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't say like that. It's ruined my moment from yesterday because I was like, what? I never knew that.
This is your moment.
That was my perfect
Oh, Martin McCutcheon,
moment
perfect moment.
with Leanne. Yeah, it was a great moment. And a lot of people learned that as well. I mean, the images in here are just beautiful. The colours are just beautiful too. As I say, go back to yesterday for a full kind of flick through. And actually, you don't even have to wait very long because yesterday's evening show is on 24/7 straight after this. All of this you get twice over in the Showstopper, all right, for an extra $14.99 and $19.95. The dies, I think you'll agree, are absolutely gorgeous as well. There's your entwining honeysuckle. So Leanne made her first project with, creating an absolutely beautiful shaker. Love the wildflower honeycomb as well. So you've got all these honeycomb effects. Great for doing your paper piecing with as well. If you've got anyone who's a big fan of the TV show Blockbusters, these would also come into use for you too. There's your sweet honeycomb. Your nesting dies. Then you've got your, I think your most 3D embossing folder you're ever likely to see, which is called the beautiful Honeysuckle. This is just stunning, the sweet honeybee. So you've got the stamps and the dies there to be able to cut out the actual stamp bee and then the honey sentiment. You've got your stamp there with the little honeycomb on, and then loads of different stamp sentiments to bring up your own sentiment on there. You've got your honeysuckle flower stamp, beautiful. You've got edgeables in here as well with the honeysuckle vine, and also you're going to be receiving your sweet sentiments, and all of these sentiments have been designed to work perfectly with this set. Not just generic happy birthdays or happy anniversaries. Life is sweeter with you. It's gonna be a good day. Beautiful, you're the bee's knees, and let it be. Plus, if I didn't mention, I don't think I did, you will also get your stack of for linen cardstock in perfectly coordinating colours too. So all of that, twice over on the 12x12, twice over on the 6x6, 2 lots of the vellum for just that price of £91.99 or £123.16. If you, you also get a big pot of sequins as well, beautifully displayed over there. And if you are shopping for this and you are a Platinum member, make sure you spend that extra $1.84 to get your free shipping. Yes, if you get both new launches today, job done. Free shipping and free gift, and get your Sarah book with 25% off. What was I going to say? We're looking at this again later on as well, potentially.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Oh no, it's tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. I'm
It's
thinking
tomorrow
of.
on launch party.
Yeah, I'm all confused.
Why? Can I ask a question? Why
have
have
they
we switched the
changed?
2 shows round?
Whose idea was that?
Why have we done that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm just all confused.
Yeah, I'm really confused. Because we are having like Sheena on Mondays and Thursdays and all sorts of things. And now, I mean, normally there's a reason, but there's no reason for us to have swapped them over.
No.
Is there?
No.
Launch party on a Wednesday and Beautiful Beginnings on a Tuesday.
Yeah. There's no
I'm
reason.
sorry if you're confused. We are just as confused as you are, to be honest with you. I think they do it to keep us on our toes.
So tomorrow we'll be looking at Honeysuckle.
Tonight, we've got the Cheers to You selection. Whatever I just mentioned a minute ago, what was it? Oh, the easel drawers.
Do you want to see what I'll be doing tonight with the Cheers to You? And I've had it for ages and been waiting for a show to do it.
Come on then.
And so many of you always ask about scrapbook pages. And you can see here. Why did you do that, Jamie?
There's nothing I can
You don't
do
need
when
to
he's
do
talking.
that, Jamie. You're fine, you're fine. When you were talking about scrapbook pages and how you're able to use that for...
Who were you with there in that picture?
My hot friends. Heather and Chloe. But just me, just in the background. This was a couple of months ago.
Is that Scottish friends?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. That night on my private Instagram story where I'd had a few sherbets.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yes.
That was funny.
So, edgeable, but going to show you how you elongate it using the die. Once again, another edgeable to then just expand where you want to pop your photo there. And although it's myself, Heather and Chloe, but that would be a good one for male because, of course, of the colours. And then, of course, Father's Day in June.
Yeah. Well, all that to come and more tonight. Becky says, love that, Craig. Love the shirt, says Dawn. Well, Ben, the colours are great, says Stephanie. Thank you. And Alexandra says, Ben, I've got Reynards too. If I go outside the door, I've got gloves on. Janelle says, having Reynards is no fun. No, it isn't. I have it too.
I used to have it.
It's an inconvenience, isn't it? That's
Horrible. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
When I say I used to have it, I'm fortunate. For a couple of years now, I've never seemed to suffer with it, but I did for a long time, and it's just a horrible.
When the rest of your
feeling.
body's warm and
Yeah.
your hands are just... I've got tablets for it and I haven't taken them in a while, so it's my own fault. Anyway, less of our ailments. Let's get back to the crafting and let's have a look back at the Taking Flight collection. What are you going to make with us next?
Rightio, thought, let's show you these before we dive into demo, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the Moonbeam Shimmer palettes with my next demo here. So this is just giving you an idea, black and white form, of some of the cards that you can be doing, whether it's the simple cards, whether of course it's going to be your pop-out cards that you can see here. And that's the great thing about dies that cut in. Not only do they cut in, but having that outer die to then of course cut out, you can do that. But then you can then start to do all these fancy makes. Our Marie does all of these, and it's a great way to just show the different ways that you can use them. There's going to be so much more that you're going to be able to think of, being able to come up with. We're going to bring these ones where you can then use them on the shaker, of course. Because these are the size of the dies, Ben, they're going to fit within the foil press as well.
Nice.
So you're going to get the most beautiful detail foiled. So I'll just show you just a couple more so we can dive into the demonstration.
Colour into them
here.
as well, colour into your acetate.
Colour them. Acetate, that stained glass window effect is going to be absolutely beautiful. Or watercolour in them if you want to. So there's loads and loads and loads. I know the design team have done an incredible job. Our Bianca and Nicole have done a phenomenal job as always as well. So let's just move these ones to the side and let's use the Admiral Butterfly here. Moth. And we're going to just use the die. So this is going to be another example of, you know, setting each demo now. I tend to just cut my card to the size I want, and then I use that outer die. And this is a prime example here. So I've got some white cardstock and black cardstock, both of which 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. I'm going to set that out the way for now, but let's do our wash first with our moonbeam.
Oh,
we can let that dry.
Can you believe you're getting these half price? And
It's honestly, see, when I was reading what we call our poll that tells us everything that's on the show, and I was looking at it and I was working it out, and I was like, that can't,
bonkers, isn't
that can't be. We must be doing something different where you get it for like extra 10% off or that, not half price.
And I know you guys are laugh because you'll say, oh, he always says it's the best bonus, but it is the best one to date, as if we've done these.
Oh, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would absolutely agree for sure, yeah. Yeah, because you're getting them both in the brushes.
And the brushes, yeah.
And the brushes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go in with the moonbeam, and I'm going to use autumn, nebula, and forest. So there's the autumn. So we're going in with that gold tone. Now I know Leanne will tell you when you're coming to use them, best thing to do, and I do agree, is spritz it with your water spritzer. However, because I'm only using a couple, I'm just going to go in direct with my paintbrush, a little bit of water. And the moonbeam works best, or I'm going to say works best, shows best on black card. The sunbeam shows best on your white card, although you can absolutely use them on either or, and I'll show you that just in a moment. So I'm just going to go in there with the autumn. Now we will of course let that dry, but you're starting to see that shimmer from up above. So I'm going to clean my brush off, and let's go in with the nebula here. So let's take the brush, and then I'm just having a look. We've got our chart here in the top, so I'm just looking for my nebula, which is here, which is your purple tones. So we're going to go in there, and we're just going to ink up our brush, and then we're going to go straight in.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit water at first, and then I'm just going to keep going back without applying any extra water. I'm just picking up more of that shimmer. And then the more that you pick it up without the water, the less concentrated it'll be, and it just looks absolutely fab. We're going to then just blend that one in. So again, just from up above, you can start to see a little bit of the shimmer popping through from above. And then the last one, let's go in with the forest here. So if I go in with the forest, so let's take, now I did say it, here we go, which is your green tone. So I'm going to pick that up, and something satisfying about the width of the actual brush.
Oh, does it fit perfectly?
Fit in just absolutely perfectly, yeah.
You know, once you finish using these, do you just leave the palette open until they dry naturally, or do you just shut the lid on it?
I just shut it.
Oh, okay.
Just shut it, and it will dry. Even if you've got some water still there sitting over the top, it will dry, but then you just reactivate it with your water once again. So yeah, don't ever worry. Don't think you have to use it. While it's wet, you have to use it. You don't. It will just dry and just reactivate it. So let's blend that one in. And then what we're going to do is, oh, look at that.
Woo!
Look.
Yes!
How fab. Absolutely fab is that. Now, of course, the forest just takes a little moment to dry, but we're starting to see that shimmer on. There we go. So you've got the autumn, the nebula, and then you've got the forest there. So just to show you this one here, so this is the sunbeam on black card. So it goes to show that even the sunbeam, although we say moonbeam works best on the black card and then sunbeam on the white card, that one there is the sunset, chiffon, and jade pool. So you can absolutely use them on either or.
Yeah.
So we're going to just let that dry just naturally for a moment. And then let's go in with our die cuts here. So let's take our card, and then we're going to pop that over the top. We're going to go in with our low-tack tape. And with this one, I did post a picture this morning because we're going to adapt it ever so slightly. Because you can do that. Don't forget, with all your dies, you can change the looks. And we're going to do that with a die cut frame. Now these are 2 circle dies from our layout collection. So it's the 2 largest. So within the layout collection, the circle dies, you've got the larger circle dies, and then you've got the smaller dies. So I used the smaller die set, and I used the 2 largest one to create that frame of the circle. And that's then going to create a framed aperture.
And just asking about the, she says, what kind of paper is Craig using? I assume for the watercolour palette. Is that just our standard matte black?
Standard matte black.
Yeah.
Yep, standard matte black. But you'll have noticed that I didn't saturate it too much. I went in direct with my wet brush onto the palette and then went straight onto my cardstock. So you can do that. Although it's not technically a black watercolour card, it is substantial enough for you to do your water-based backgrounds. So there is our white card. I mean, just that moth, isn't it beautiful? Again, you know, to be correct, it's the Admiral butterfly. But yeah, whether it's the butterfly, whether it's the moth, it looks absolutely beautiful. So let's take all these little bits out. And we're going to do that again within the black. I hold no apologies that most of my demos involve drop shadows. I think drop shadows with these sorts of dyes, Ben, they just look exquisite.
Adds another layer of detail, doesn't it?
It does indeed, and it's always optional. You know, don't get me wrong, it's always optional. You don't have to do that, but I do just think, as Ben just said there, it adds that extra bit of detail. You've seen certainly in the last one when I showed, or the first one, the Bumblebee onto a piece of white card after I'd done a black drop shadow. It worked a treat. So let's take that out. And for these ones, this is when you can come black card, white card, you can come along, stick this onto your watercolour card and then colour in the middle, maybe with your glitter pens or your moonbeam or sunbeam palette.
This one's incredible as well, because look at how fine like the details on the wing are from that die cut. It's
exactly.
Unbelievable.
So fine.
Yeah.
Isn't that fab?
Incredible.
Absolutely fab. And for this one, this for me would be selective paper piecing.
Yes.
We all know that I love selective paper piecing. Do I have the patience to do the whole lot? Yeah, I do. Would I do the whole lot?
No, you wouldn't.
Maybe not, because I maybe don't have the time.
Yeah.
So therefore, I would do selective paper piece. Maybe the body, maybe alternative sections within the wings there. Have a play, see how it looks. And then what we can do is let's take the white one. We're going to come along with our, let me take another bit of clean card here, and we're going to go in the dots. As I said before, at home, Ben, my personal preference is my tacky glue.
Yep.
I like to use my tacky glue. Of course, our Collel glue, tacky glue, is perfect. We all know that I use Sticks 2's glue. Both of them are absolutely incredible quality. Let's not hide the fact, because I share it always on my social, that it Sticks 2, so let's not hide the fact that it's not theirs that I use. It is, and I have done since day one, and I always will. But again, our tacky glue, our Collel glue gel, our foam pads are incredible quality. It's just personal preference. And even though I work for the company, sometimes even your personal preference still grabs you and you can't change. You just can't change.
You could still have other favourites outside of the company.
Exactly. Of course you can. Of course you can. Absolutely. Now we're going to go in and we're going to do our drop shadow. And we're going to bring that into here. Hold that in. Bring that around. And we're going to press that in. So we're going to give that a nice rub. We're going to be careful not to pick up any of the edges. And if I go onto, look at that little bit of black in that drop shadow.
Beautiful.
But we're going to adapt it. So we're going to come along and we're going to take that frame. So let's take that circle frame here. Let's add our glue. So I'm going to add my glue all the way around here. Now, okay, I'm using the circle one. This could be square, this could be hexagon, whatever you want. And then what I'm going to do, I don't want to hide the Admiral too much. So let's go round about here so that you know the direction that I'm going in. We're going to chop out the centre bit. So this is why I don't want to hide too much. Now I'm going to let that glue, do you know what, I shouldn't have done it on that one. And there's a reason being, let's take that off. Now, here's one that I've done earlier. And the reason I want to stick that, because I've already stuck my foam pads on the back.
Okay.
That's why. That's why. So no difference other than that one I've already popped my foam pads on.
So what are you going to do? Chop out the centre of it?
So we're going to chop out the centre. Yeah. And I know at first you might be like, well, that's a little bit strange, but it does work, trust me. It gives it another kind of focus, it gives it another direction, because this is actually going to encapsulate our sentiment. So it does look quite smart, so bear with me until we actually do that. So let's let that grab. Now we're going to go in, so I've already taken my white card, so I've cut that to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, and a very small black matten layer. Let's take our washed background here.
Yeah.
And I need to trim that. So because it's 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, let's cut that to 5 inch. So we want to make it 1/4 inch smaller. And let's take that one to 7 inches. So that's now going to be our matten layer. Now this one, because it's still just a little bit damp, I'm just going to use my tacky glue here. So we're just going to add my tacky glue around the edge. If you're going to use your dry tape runner or any of your dry adhesives, I would just make sure that it's fully dry.
Yeah.
But at least in this way, it gives us that wiggle room, and then we can press that in.
Shows you how shimmery those water palettes are, because you know, Angie, you asked about what cardstock it was. She thought you were using mirror card.
No, there you go.
That shows you how shiny the watercolour palette is.
It does.
Ha! Look at that.
Look at that. So if I come in face on, just so you can see once again. So that's black. Look at that.
Yes, here we go.
Here we go.
Boom.
Ding-a-ling. Right. I don't know where that came from.
Dang-a-lang.
Ding-a-ling.
Where do you get all these ideas from, says June, wondering where all these ideas in Craig's head come from. Do you wake up in the middle of the night and go, ooh, got an idea?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I take an idea or a demo that I've done months ago, years ago, and extend on it or adapt it. Pinterest is a good one.
Yeah.
Our design team are
Yeah.
incredible. I'll sometimes have a look, see what they've done. If there's something I really like, I'll drop them a message and say, can I replicate it and give you the credit for? Or I just like an idea and then I'll change it or adapt it. It's about looking about.
Yeah.
About looking about. Sometimes just an idea will hit you. And it's one of those things that, and this isn't a negative, by the way, from what I'm about to say here, but sometimes, and the two Debbies will vouch for this, Becky will as well, when we're prepping at home, so yesterday, Ben, I started at half past 9 in the morning. I finished at 10:30 last night.
Wow.
Okay, I had a couple hours in between. I went to lunch, went to the gym, etc., etc. That was all prep. I'd done 3 demos. Now, for that's a bad day for me because I couldn't think of the ideas. So what happens to us? Sometimes we can go all day, maybe do 1 demo. Sometimes we could do all day and do 6 demos. Sometimes it's just not flowing. Yesterday it was in between. 3 was okay. I would have preferred a few more. So when you think, oh my gosh, Craig and the two Debbies have got all these great ideas, where they come up with them, sometimes we can go all day. We can go a couple of days, Ben.
Yeah.
And by the end, we're not even happy with what we've done. So it happens to us all. But then, as I was saying, it's not a negative because I got to sit and just play.
That's it.
With all these dies. So now that we've got my layer, so the card blank there, 5 3/4 by 8 inches. And I like to have it. The reason I've gone in 5 3/4 by 8 inches is I like to have, there's just something about the slip.
Yeah.
You know, like your old photographs, your Polaroid.
The Polaroid cameras. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That
Yeah,
little lip there at the bottom. It's just something about it. It looks, for me, it looks quite smart. And then where we've popped that frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roughly cut all the way around here. So I'm just using my smaller scissors here, and then we're going to use that inner section of the frame to then cut around. So we're just going to cut all the way around here.
What's going in there?
You'll see in a moment.
A picture of me, Nicola just said.
Funny enough, no, I'm joking.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Could you imagine, eh?
It's me.
But this could be a little circle sectioned shaker. Put your little foam pad strips all the way around with a little bit of acetate, and then that can be a little sectioned shaker. So easy for me to say. So let's take all of these off here. Now these are 6x2 strips, but if you get our small foam pad bundle, you also get the foam pad strips in those. What I'm also going to do is, because it's still just a little bit damp, I'm just going to add just a little bit of tacky glue all the way around there on the foam pad. So then therefore it dries into the foam and then into our cardstock there. Let's bring that in to here. Set that over the top like that. I've already put my blank insert in.
Give it a little wiggle so I can see the shimmer again. Ooh, yes.
And then using 2 sizes down within the circle nest and dies from the layout collection, relax and be happy. I've taken that is from Vintage Butterfly, and a little bit tacky glue, and that bin is going to sit into the middle just there, and it goes to show, adapt your dies. You don't have to keep them with the full solid look that you've got. Now that could be pattern paper, or that could be block cardstock, but taking that Admiral, adapting it with a little nest and die, and the only thing that I've done different here, top corner, bottom corner, added a few tiny little gems, little kind of off silver gems, just to finish it off. But there you go, that's what we've done within that one.
Absolutely beautiful. OMG, says Laurie, the background is gorgeous. And Craig makes all of these designs look so easy to accomplish, says Carol. I truly believe in, you know, having crafted along with your man over there as well. If you take your time, if you go step by step, if you save these videos, everything is achievable, because our guys hopefully do make it really, really easy for you to follow, and everyone can have a go. Just to remind you, if you want the brand new Taking Flight Creator Card dies, the Showstopper is definitely the way to go, because you can then recreate that project that Craig's just made, because you'll have everything. If you want to go individually on these, you can. If you just want the collection on its own, you can. But the reason you'll buy the Showstopper is because, A, you'll get all of the brand new dies. Here they are. All of these beautiful butterflies. So there is your Admiral Moth, Admiral Butterfly, which you're going to get with the detailed out, and then your outer die, of course, as well. There's that stunning Lady Butterfly. You're also going to get in there the Statement Dragonfly, as we're now calling it. And then last, but by no means least, the Bee, which is just out of this world. Then, as part of your Showstopper, we're going to give you all of this other stuff, right? So this should be £67 or $93 extra. We're saying just £35 or $45 extra. We're going to give you your ink daubers, so 40 ink daubers plus the storage kit. We're also going to give you your luxury gilding flakes, so the Cosmic, 3 pots there in the outer space, Blue Moon and Starlight. We've given you these pots because, of course, the black and the gold will work absolutely perfectly. Talking of working perfectly, we've got your Coral Fantasy film in there too. So you're going to get 4 meters of that included, which is incredible. Alongside that, some really fantastic colours from our Duet ink pads range. So the Lemon Meringue, you've got your Vintage Merlot and your Rosy Apple, plus we're also going to give you your die brush tool with sponge. Now, all of that is £75.20 or $92 if you're a Platinum member. And then you've got the key to open up the bonus buy. And the bonus buy is, of course, those watercolour palettes, which Craig has just been using. And again, I'll say it, best bonus buy I've ever done, because you're going to get your Moonbeam watercolour palette with all these fantastic colours in. Works equally as beautiful on your darker cardstock as it does on your lighter cardstock. Then you're going to get your Sunbeam palette, better for your lighter cardstock, and then alongside that, you are also going to get your set of paint brushes. You're not going to get a new hello. You're going to get a size hello. You're going to get a size 6 brush, and then 2 of your flat brushes as well. Those normally retail at £55 or $65. Not today, half that price, then get your discount off if you're Platinum. All of that, £22 or $26. Incredible, right? Let's give you opportunity to make your mind up. Whatever you fancy getting your hands on, get checked out now. And when we come back, we'll have about 20 minutes or so to go through everything. So ask those questions. Anything else you want to see, we would love to do it for you. And we'll be back here in about 4 or 5 minutes' time. Go to the checkout.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and rewarding yourself today.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the soft craft expert for Crafters Companion. I've always crafted. I think because my parents worked at Shepperton Studios, I grew up at Shepperton. They were always working, so my holidays and my weekends and my evenings were spent at the studios, and I just sort of sit around with the other artists, and they'd give me a bit of clay to play with or some fabric. So I was always making things, and there were a couple of children around the same sort of age, and we just used to make clothes for our Cindy dolls. I'm flighty with my crafts. I want to try everything, so I go all out and I decide tomorrow I'm going to be doing candle making, and I buy all the stuff and I make candles, and then I lose interest and then I move on to the next thing. I want to be able to have a little go at all sorts of crafts, and I've always been like that ever since I was a small child, so I think I can turn my hand and give anything a go. My craft inspiration, I think a lot of that comes from the internet, looking online, being able to watch sort of artists producing bits and pieces, as well as sort of just general crafters. But a lot of my inspiration came from sort of my mum and my mum's friends, all sort of great designers and people that created all sorts of different things. The Crafters TV audience have been so kind to me. So when I first started, and I've not been here a huge amount of time, and I've done a little bit of presenting, I got so many lovely comments from people when I started presenting. Just really such a lovely feeling, and it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased, and I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made and when they've been inspired by the shows. I think that's great. My biggest achievement, when I put it on social media, I said that I was more proud of this than I was when I had my children. It's when I won a Demo of the Week. I was just absolutely gobsmacked that I'd won Demo of the Week. I don't often win Demo of the Day, so to win Demo of the Week, I was really, really super excited. Oh God, I can't give you the gossip because I've promised I wouldn't give any of the gossip away, but it is great. Lots of us stay overnight in a house here, which is because we all get to know each other on a real personal kind of level rather than just colleagues. So it's a really great atmosphere, and there's so much to learn from all of these people that I work with, so I feel really quite blessed to be part of this, and it is a happy family, I have to be honest.
So I'm just popping away because they're singing in my head. Did anyone see my Instagram post last night with Molly?
No, I don't follow you.
What do you say? Well, I don't follow you anyway.
Of course I follow you, of course I've seen it. She's totes adorable.
She's doing that. I was telling the guys it's really cute the minute. Were you in that conversation?
No, I didn't know.
She started
kept me out a lot of
nesting
them.
because she's having a phantom pregnancy.
Oh, no, sure.
Yeah. Because we were wondering what she was doing, because she's like, this is Molly, by the way, in case you're wondering, not Laura. I don't think I said who it was, did I? Molly, my collie. So She's just had her second season, and then she started like really whimpering around the house and like sort of like scrabbling around in her basket and stuff. And like, what was she doing? And then today, or last night, and then today, she started like picking up this ball and bringing it with her everywhere. And when she like settles down, she puts it like in between her legs and like really snuggles to it. And we were googling it, and yeah, she's having a little phantom pregnancy, bless her. And she's found this little squeaky ball that she thinks is a puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cute. So yeah, bless her.
Remember when Clemmy would do that? Mum was telling me.
Yeah.
And Clemmy would do that.
I didn't realise it was a thing because obviously they were on Google and it's like, oh, bless her little cotton socks. And if you pick up a ball, she sort of looks at you like that and you have to go, oh, there's your little baby. It's really cute. Anyway, fantastic card, Craig, says Paw Prince. Beautiful card, Craig, says Angie. Very pretty, says Lois. Love that look, Craig. I'll be borrowing that idea. Thank you for sharing, says Mary Beth. Borrow away. That's
Borrow
what we're
away.
here for. And question from Lakieta, and I know you touched on this earlier, but we'll ask you again anyway. Just tuning in, sorry I'm late, never apologise, we always appreciate your viewership. But would these dies work in the foil press?
Yes, they will. Absolutely, they will indeed. So I'm not going to have time within this show. Maybe if we're going to look at them tomorrow in launch party. I know, this is Tuesday. It's Beautiful Beginnings tonight. We don't know why. If you're confused, we're confused.
Hang on, it's Tuesday.
Yeah,
Oh.
yes. So I tell you what, I will...
What?
So I've actually... Craig made a boo-boo last
What? You did a boob?
last month.
Oh.
And Craig thought this month he had a pre-record of these dies as the craft along.
Did you?
So Craig went and done it, and Craig didn't actually have the craft along for this one. We've not got the date yet, is it? But I did
I
bring
don't
it in.
understand that story. Does it?
So, you know how a couple of our craft along lately have been pre-recorded?
On the weekends?
On the weekends, yes. So for some reason, when I got my list, mine was the relatively new, the cut-in dies that were done.
Oh.
And for some reason, I thought it was the in-flight die. So I prepped a craft along with these new in-flight dies. And Lily came back to me and she went, Craig, where are you getting this from? You've not got a craft along. There's not a date at the moment for these ones. So I'd actually prepped a craft along. And I've actually, do you want to see it? Because I've used the foil press.
Yes. Yes.
So I might
do it tonight.
do it, no, tomorrow, launch party.
Lunch party.
Launch party. Because I can't do it in Beautiful Beginnings.
Why can't you do it in Beautiful Beginnings? Do it tonight. Do it tonight.
It's up to Nicola.
Oh, we're
So
just
we'll
saying
do it
it's on
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
In launch party, we'll do this tomorrow.
But aren't we going to be doing? We're not doing this tonight. No, on Beautiful Beginnings. This isn't on. We're not doing this.
No, we don't
Ah.
have.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. No,
But
we
do you
don't-
guys want to see more? Look at me stirring the pot.
We'll do it tomorrow in launch party. Tomorrow we'll have a look at these and we'll do that foil press demo with it tomorrow.
But if
And
you
then-
wanted to see more tonight with this, just let us know, yeah?
And then if I do get the craft along for this one, I'm going to have to re-prep another craft along.
We'll do it tomorrow. You do it tomorrow. Shadai says, your Molly is preggy, my Lord Ben. No, she's not pregnant. She's not. She's absolutely not. And I'm not going to be a granddad just yet. And we are thinking about having puppies with her later down the line for those of you who are asking. And Nicola says, giving me one for free. No, not
Doggy
matrix.
granddad.
Doggy granddad. Oh, you give me £1? What, a dog pound?
Tell you what, I'll buy one, and then, because I work a lot, Laura can just look after it. Could just stay at yours.
That's a great idea. Yes. Deal. Fab Craig says Stephanie, and Shadai says, that is stunning, Craig. You need to frame it. So we will be seeing that tomorrow on launch party.
Yes.
On a Wednesday. Tonight on Beautiful Beginnings on a Tuesday, more, but not that. And Essentials Corner is back as well, so do feel free to ask questions. Will that be your first time at Essentials Corner?
No, I've done one before.
Ah.
No, do you know something? I've done one, and I've done it with Sheena. It was a good couple of months ago.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Look forward to that later on. Couple of quick questions.
Yes.
Before we move back, so Dawn the Valley, maybe a novice question. It doesn't matter. If you don't know the answer, please always ask, and this is what's brilliant. She says, can I cut acetate or vellum in the Gemini?
In the Gemini, yeah. So it depends on the material. So your acetate, add and make sure you've got your metal shim. Now, real fine detail might not necessarily cut, but give it a shot with the metal shim, there's a good chance that it will.
And question for Craig, says Jen Shank, can I put multimedia dies on my foil press?
No, no, far too thick, far too thick. So what you need to take into account is the pressure, counteract, so that's going to be too much pressure, and then the die, although of course the cutting part of the die is facing up, it'll indent into the actual base of the foil press. So no, don't use your Multicraft mixed media dies.
And question from me, have you got enough time left to squeeze in one more demonstrazione?
If I go right now, yes I will.
Go!
Rightio. So I've got a piece of white cardstock here and I've cut it 10 inch by 7 1/4. So that's 10 inch by 7 1/4. And what I've done, Ben, is I've gone in, I've scored at 2.5 inches. I know you can't quite see it, but 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and then 7.5. So that's 2.5, 5 inch, 7.5. So I'm going to fold that in on itself and then fold back and then fold back, and then that's going to give me that shape. Now we're going to use the Dragonfly. It's the only one that I've not used yet. That's right, yeah, by the end of the show I've done all 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit that in. Going to sit it into place, and then we're going to take our low tack tape and we're going to place that in, bringing in our plates here, line up base plate, frosted, magnetic, and then top plate. And then that one we're going to run through. And then what I've already done on a piece of scrap cardstock, so when I say scrap cardstock, it's still our white smooth cardstock, but it's what I had left. Now the size of it doesn't really matter. All that I'm wanting is the detail in the middle. So I've already cut that one. And I know we've got duets in the Showstopper. When I prepped this, I didn't have a list of what was consistent of the Showstopper. So I've just used my water reactive and I've used green topaz and parakeet. So I've got them to the side that we're ready to use. So once again, let's just fold that back, and then fold that back here. So we've got the Dragonfly in the middle. So let's set that out the way. Let's bring in the one that I've already cut. And I've got a piece of white card, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And I'm going to overlay that. Now you can use your low tack tape, or you can use a stencil tape or a masking tape. Lo and behold, sticks to. Why would you be shocked at that one? And I'm just going to then tape that down. You can use your repositionable spray if you want to. And we're going to run that just down the side there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our finger daubers.
The finger daubers?
Finger daubers.
Hey.
As you'd say in Glasgow, you wee dauber, you.
Do you know you get your finger daubers in the Showstopper,
You do indeed.
Hey.
So we're going to bring our finger daubers in. So let's bring the parakeet and let's bring in the green topaz. And we're going to use this as a stencil. So we're going to ink through all the detail, and the finger daubers are absolutely perfect for this one because the small attention to detail of the sponge will go through all the fine detail.
Oh yeah, oh yes, I love how you do that with your finger daubers as well.
Do, yes.
Put it on your mister.
They are just a little bit taut for my finger.
Yeah.
And although you can just hold them naturally, like you seen me a minute ago, they also fit perfectly on the end of our water spritzer. So I like to then just pop it onto the end of our water spritzer. It just gives me that extended handle when it comes to the finger dauber. And then we're just going to then pop that through. The other thing that's a good one to use with this is if you use your repositionable spray.
Oh yeah.
And then use our brushes. That's a good one to use with this because it gets into all the fine detail of whichever die that you're using. So let's work our way through here.
20% of the Showstopper's gone, by the way, in case I haven't mentioned in the show. So it has been very, very busy.
I think with these ones, like any creative card die, Ben. I think it's that versatility. I know that's just why I absolutely love them. The fact of cutting in, cutting out, but then box lids. You'll see tomorrow within Launch Party, we'll use it on the foil press.
Love how you're having to pause before you set the show as well, like me.
I have to think.
Tomorrow on a Wednesday, Launch Party.
I have to think. What is it again? What day is it again? So yeah, so Sarah's got a launch tomorrow.
Day. Garden collection, isn't
Garden collection, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely gutted that Leanne's got Thursday's launch.
No. I mean, I'm excited Leanne's in, but I'm also
I'm excited to be able to watch Leanne.
Yeah.
But I'm absolutely gutted that I'm not on
Can you not do an hour each?
Thursdays. That's Leanne's call. I think Leanne bagged this one on Thursday.
Isn't it 2 launch day shows?
I'm
on
not
Thursday?
sure.
I think it's launch day, isn't it?
I'm not too sure. Kind of like an extended one that you done yesterday.
Oh, could you not like you do one and then Leanne do one?
That's Leanne's call.
Oh.
Leanne's call.
Yeah.
If we lift, look
Oh,
at
here
that.
we go. What a clever use of that.
How fab is that? So let's move that out the way. And then what we're going to do, bit of scrap here. I've got gold. Oh, Ben wasn't looking.
Oh, go on.
Ben wasn't paying attention.
Sorry, I was just reading some comments. What?
I've got a shimmer of gold dust. So I've got gold dust.
Yeah.
And just at the side here, and I'm just going to give that
Ooh.
a light spritz over.
A little spritzeroo.
So we've now turned our die cut into a stencil. Move that out of the way.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is let's take this one. Now I was going to cut this. So this mint green cardstock from the Honeysuckle.
Yeah.
I was going to cut that and overlay, but I forgot. So therefore, what I'm going to do instead is let's just bring in the parakeet.
Okay.
And we're just going to add a little bit of colour all the way around. Jamie, what am I like for time?
You have 7 minutes remaining.
Actually,
That's 6 minutes, really, because I need a minute.
you need a minute.
Okay, I don't need a minute then. Great, just finish it all.
No. Right, so let's have a look. Let's do 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Is that going to be the right size? Oh, perfect. Right. Now, I know I've already added a little bit of colour to it, but I really did want to have some of the mint, so it's going to complement. It's a deep mint, isn't it? Let's pop that into there. Or a teal, as Nicola's saying.
Tealy. It looks a bit more tealy on the camera.
There we go.
Or just look a bit more minty, looking across there to Craig. We'll call it minteal.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
Minteal. That could be a good wrestler's name. Minteal. Coming down the aisle, weighing in at £446. Minteal. Yeah, there you go. Let's bring this in now. And then, look at that, all cut perfectly. First time. Let's bring in our dots once again and add the detail all the way round. Now, I've taken some pattern paper from Honeysuckle,
Yeah.
Shock Horror,
Shock horror.
and I've used one of the pattern papers that has the minteal in it. And you'll see the one in a moment. So let's run that over the top. And let's bring this in. Let's just flatten that slightly. And then, as I say, I know I've already added some of the parakeet. Let's just flatten that to make it a bit easier. Still going to go, actually, it might kind of add to the detail. Let's bring that into here. Give myself a drop shadow. Bring that in. Press that in. So we've got the dragonfly there within the middle. So let's hold that down, Now the only thing I just need to do is just manipulate that centre. There we go. So we've now got
Oh, yes.
our dragonfly
Fab.
within the middle.
Yeah.
Now I've already done my mats and layers for these columns here at the side. So the one of them that has a bit of minty teal green.
Mint teal.
Mint teal, a little bit of black, little bit of the mint teal. That's going to go around the side, and then that pattern paper that I've got into these panels here, this is then, Ben, going to go into 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 card blank. So let's open it up. I've cut a piece of pattern paper to 5 by 7, and I've folded it in half here. So we're going to add that into the centre here. So let's bring that in there and then close that in. So we've now got that middle. Let's take that one. We're then going to add our tape onto these opposite panels, and that is then going to layer into there and then there. Let's layer that into there. So we've now got that centre, which folds flat. And then we're going to come in. This is not completely dry, but I've got Jamie who's constantly shouting in my ear to wrap up. So I've got that onto a little bit of black and then a little bit of mint teal.
Yeah.
Let's add that.
10 seconds, Craig. 9, 8,
into
7, 6,
here.
5.
And then let's take our die cut of Special Friend. So this is just one of our swash die cuts. And me personally, I wouldn't use my dotty tape runner on this. And the only reason is because it's fine detail. When I say I wouldn't, you can absolutely do that. That's what the dots are for, but I just find it's a little bit too filigree and it can tear your card when it comes to the dots when you're trying to hold it. So I've got Special Friends, die cut the Dragonfly, inked with parakeet green topaz, spritz with a little bit of gold dust from the shimmer spray there, matte and layered, and then cut as an aperture within the middle, and then there we go. We've got
Absolutely phenomenal.
Stencil,
Save the best till last there.
aperture in the middle there.
Yeah.
You could decorate it with more components if you want to. So you can, of course, use your die cuts, cut in, cut out, layer on the top, aperture, stencil through. Tomorrow within Launch Party, we'll use them on the foil press as well.
Absolutely brilliant. So many options with this collection. Few of you have seen a few comments coming in asking about the booklet which we showed you. I don't know if it's going to go up on socials later on for you, but bottom of the screen, there's the link. So if you want to screenshot that and type that into your browser, that should bring it up. I would imagine, I can't, like you guys saying, where is it? I can't see it on our socials yet, so whether it will go up at the end of the show, but we will find out and confirm in the next show for you. But in the meantime, just screenshot that and then hopefully you should be able to find it. Thank you so much, everybody, for a fantastic show. Massive thank you to Craig. Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ben.
Always a pleasure. We're back later on for Beautiful Beginnings. On a Tuesday, we must be mad. Beautiful Beginnings coming your way. Lots in that show as well. Looking forward to all of the demos. But in the meantime, do make sure you check out your cards, get the Showstopper, get your bonus buy bundle, those watercolor palettes as well. What a deal there. And we shall meet you back here in a couple of hours' time for lots more fun and hopefully lots of questions from you as well. Until then, from us,
Toodles.